exactly, like that. Exactly, definitely clear, true, yes, exactly, okay, yes. Did you notice? Sometimes these words come out of your mouth before the other person even finishes their sentence. In fact, sometimes you don't fully agree. You even think to yourself, I'm not sure. But you still say exactly. So why? Why does the brain automatically go to these approval words even if you don't want to use it? This is not a language issue. It's related to the brain's approval circuit.
One of the oldest questions for the human brain is this: am I safe here? Thousands of years ago, this question was: will I be excluded, expelled from the group, left alone?
Today, the same question works more quietly. Am I being accepted? Am I thinking differently? Am I disconnecting from the environment? Words like exactly, yeah, definitely allow the brain to convey this message.
I'm here, on the same side, in harmony. That's why these words are micro signals of trust. Approval words trigger dopamine in the brain. Being scientifically approved is associated with the release of dopamine and oxytocin. But there is an interesting detail here. The brain produces dopamine not only when it is approved, but also when it gives approval.
Saying you're right, exactly, or clear tells the brain this: a social connection is established. That's why these words are comforting. The brain likes them and turns its favorite thing into a habit. So why do they come out of our mouths without thinking? Because these words no longer operate in the conscious decision area, they work in automatic mode. In the brain, this is called cognitive economy. The brain says, let me not think too long. I found the shortcut that worked before. Exactly equals. It continues the conversation, reduces conflict, lowers social risk. That's why these words are given as the default response in the brain, even if you don't agree. So where does the need for approval come from?
The critical point here is this: the need for approval does not always stem from insecurity.
Most of the time, it comes from here, from uncertainty, fear of misunderstanding, mental fatigue. A tired brain doesn't want to argue. A tired brain doesn't want to think. A tired brain wants harmony. That's why, especially at the end of the day, in crowded environments, in quick conversations, the exactly responses increase. The brain's main fear is this: what happens if the connection breaks? Approval words maintain the connection, allowing it to continue without disrupting the rhythm. But in the long run, something happens. The person gets used to ending the conversation without expressing their own opinion. And then they realize this: what was I actually thinking? So, is this a bad habit? No, it's an adaptation reflex. But like every reflex, when it remains unconscious, it is tiring. The problem is not in saying exactly, the problem is in saying it without realizing, saying it automatically, saying it by ignoring oneself. So how do we break this habit? I mean, how will we get rid of the word exactly, which is used in its exact meanings, especially from the Arabic root ayn? 1. Don't completely cut off approval, but delay it. Pause for half a second before saying exactly. This tiny pause breaks the automatic circuit. 2. Use a neutral response instead of approval. Not every approval has to be a word. Try these: I understand. I see your perspective. I can look into this. This both connects and doesn't erase you. 3. Listen to your body's signal. If you feel a tightness after saying Ainen, it's not your brain, but your body objecting. Don't suppress that signal. Additionally, in diction training, it's recommended to gently bite your tongue when such words slip out to remind your brain that it used an incorrect word. 4. You don't have to fit in every environment. Your brain should learn this. Connection is not always established with approval. Sometimes silence is also a connection. Sometimes not responding is too. 5. Remind yourself of this: I can exist without agreeing. This sentence gradually dissolves approval dependency. Exactly, clear, yes. These are not your weaknesses. These are your brain's efforts to connect, stay safe, and avoid conflict. But now, if you are aware, you are in control. Giving approval is an option, not an obligation.